The footage you're about to see has to do with my experience with the Craftsman 3/8 Impact Wrench. If you are interested in cheap Jeep footage, then forward to the very end of the video and you'll see what happened with cheap Jeep today. Enjoy. Okay, I got a Christmas present, gift card, and I bought this. The only reason I bought this is because I already had the larger half-inch impact. This is a 3/8 with this battery line. I said, well, you know, we'll give it a shot, but I guess I shouldn't. If you look real close on the anvil, it's the D-ring or the hog ring is missing. That's because the very first socket I put on it, when I pulled it off, the hog ring flew somewhere over there. Of course, it's very junky. I can't find that. The very first thing, and I was even tempted just to buy another hog ring, but nobody sells that. So I called Craftsman. I called the phone number that is on here, and on the owner's manual there's a 1-800 number, and it was obviously an overseas phone number because I could barely understand the with the accent. But on this owner's manual, it has a phone number. Questions, concerns, whatever, call that number. So I did, and gave him the part number, which was on the owner's manual, and he's like, that's not the right part number. I said, yeah, it's the right part number. It's on the owner's manual. So can you just look it up? There's only one 3/8 V20 Impact that you sell. Can you look it up? No, he couldn't do that. So I had to come out and I had to find out that on the box it had the letter B behind it. So I gave him that. He goes, oh, well, if you look at the chuck, I can get you a whole chuck. They said, well, this doesn't really have a chuck. That's not a drill. And then he said, oh, okay, well, we don't have any parts for that unit. Okay, so he said, bring it back to the store, which is what I'm about to do. So I'm going to take a look at this anvil when I get to the store at Lowe's. I don't know, they may have DeWalt or something like that, and compare it, and if I think it's okay, I'll just swap it out. This it's got a lot of torque. I mean, for what you get, I mean, it's 165 pounds of max torque, and anyway, I have this unit was a gift, and it's actually been not too bad. It's been beat up for about 6 months and still works good. The hog ring, as you see, is still on this one, but I don't know. That whole unit was like $100. I mean, a really good one of these in Milwaukee is going to run you, $300-400. So I hope it lasts okay, but we'll see. I'll let you know how the warranty exchange goes at Lowe's. But if they don't exchange it, I'm going to throw a fit, and we will go to Milwaukee. This is a half-inch model I've got. 350 pound max of torque. This is the 3/8, 165 pounds of torque. The 3/8 is never on display for some reason. And no, it is not one that is assembled in the USA. I think it's China. Now, in contrast, this Cobalt is $20 cheaper, and it's 150 pounds of torque max, so it looks like the Craftsman beats us a little bit on specs. Now, this DeWalt is on clearance, regular $150 for $99. It says that it is 200 pounds of breakaway torque and 125 pounds of fastening torque. So pretty similar in specifications. And we know Craftsman and the walls are made by the same company. And then there's this Metabo. Looks like it's Hitachi. Man, this is high. It's 179 with no battery or anything. It says lifetime warranty. I don't know. Never seen this before. Let's see the specs. Max torque 225. That's better than, it doesn't say whether that's breakaway torque, but either way that's the most so far for compared to the other two. Interesting. Test and see what's going on, see if it's worth the money. And what better accessory than some Icon 3/8 impact sockets. So we will see how it works. So by the way, got me some accessories. That's a separate video. Let's see if this anvil is going to work. Yes, it does. It has its ring. That's what we should have, that little ring right there. Light works, goes back and forth. I don't really see any defects. Let's hope it works. The coveted Icon 10mm. So let's see how it fits. It's tight, that's for sure. Let's see. Even put a little lithium grease. There it goes. Okay, that works. Okay. Now here's the main reason I wanted to go to a 3/8 impact, because my 1/2" impact, for example, this is my 1/2" impact 19mm that does all my lug nuts. This is a 19mm in 3/8. So as you can see, the size difference, even the thickness of the walls are different. So it's much easier to get into some tight spaces and use on smaller fasteners. So let's see how this works on a lug nut. Now these lug nuts were put on with the 1/2". So let's see if this 3/8 will take it off. Wow, not a problem. All right, I guess I'm satisfied as long as it keeps doing that. Cheers. It's 20 volt, has a battery level meter. I got the tool only. All right, this is brushless. All right, this is brushless. It's 20 volt. Has a battery level 2 1/4. So it's not that big. That's a little grease. Does have a light. So I don't know if it's gonna hold up, but gift card, so I didn't really pay anything for it. Rubber here. Pretty heavy duty plastic. This is rubber, that's black. Pretty much everything you see in black is rubber. And then your switch and It is multiple speed. Some lithium grease I put on it. And let's compare to the 1/2 inch. You can see the size. And for all the specs, you can look on Lowe's website. It's been raining so much here. This is how you get a four-wheel drive Jeep stuck in your backyard. Because it's got 4 slick street tires on it. So they just spin, spin, spin. So I guess this is its first off-road christening. But it didn't do too well. Although it's running good. Just got no traction. Yet. When we put some good tires on it. So I guess I'll have to take the real Jeep and pull it out. Ugh. Now this is interesting. All 4 have spun. So does that mean I have limited slip differentials on the front and the rear? That's crazy. All right, I got it in 4 low. It runs by itself. Put my buddy in there driving. That one's turning. Well, that one's turning. But it does, look, that one's turning too. Interesting. So it does have limited slip. So we're gonna go and see if I can make some progress and then run my in-cab winch. Oops, forgot to do this. Gotta lock it. All right, got it locked. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh, it's coming. I'm gonna have to run and jump. Come on, baby. Woo. Come on, baby. Nope, not yet. Alright, let's see. We got a little bit more slack. Otherwise I gotta back her up. Oh Lord, it's going, it's coming, coming. Woo! That was close. Oh my God. That was close. Let's see how far I saved it. Woo! Oh. Thank you, dude. I really got to put some tow hooks on this thing. I kind of wrapped it around the axle at a strong point where it goes into that control arm, but I just barely tugged on it. So anyway, let's get this out of here and get this cleaned up. All right, let's get this thing out of here under its own power. For low, drive, all clear. And here we go, smooth as pie. All right. Thank you, dude.